Well, hello. Welcome back to my channel. Deshawn here to talk about my friggin' self. This is the TMI tag, and it's just a whole bunch of questions about yourself and your personal life. I don't believe there's really like bookish ones, but most of them are just your personal likes, dislikes, preferences, and just info like that. Sidebar, do you guys like my little sign? I just got it today and I was like so jazzed. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw my Instagram story where I was like so jazzed. But in the process of cutting all the letters off, because they come like on this sheet that you have to like cut them, and then I was using a knife to cut the excess and I sliced my finger. And then I just really wanted to film, and I've had this tag written in my little notebook for quite some time, and I just have never done it, and I figured, why the fuck not do it today? I'll go through these as quickly as I can. Number 1, ever been in love? Yes, many a time. Number 2, ever had a terrible breakup? Also yes, some more terrible than others. Number 3, how tall are you? 5'1". I'm short, and I love being short. Number 4, how much do you weigh? Rude. I'm kidding, I don't care. I don't know, because I don't like weigh myself other than if I go to the doctor. The last time I went, I think I was like 123 pounds or something. Number 5, tattoos. Yes, I have 2 tattoos with a third one planned. I just don't have the money for it yet. It's gonna be kind of detailed. Number 6, piercings. Yeah, my ears. I used to have 3 holes in my lower lobe, and then I used to have my cartilage. But then on this ear, I developed a keloid scar from one of the lobe piercings, and that's not fun. And I had to get it surgically removed. And then I was starting to get one on the cartilage, so I just took it out and I took the other earrings out also. And I always wanted to get my nose pierced, just like a little stud, but then after getting the keloid scar on my ear, I was like, yeah, I don't want to have that on my nose. So I just never wanted to risk it. Number 7, OTP. The first one that came to mind is Sookie and Eric from the Sookie Stackhouse series. I don't know, I just love them together. Number 8, favorite TV show. Will and Grace, How I Met Your Mother, Game of Thrones. Those are probably my favorites because I rewatch all the time. There's others that I really like too though. Scrubs, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Archer. I don't know, there's other ones. Number 9, favorite bands or like musician. I did, again, there's quite a few. I don't have any, like, it's not like one musician that I'm just like, I stand for them. My top couple, I would say probably are Kendrick, J. Cole, Schoolboy Q, Beyonce. But yeah, I'm not like a super fan of any like one particular musician or group. Number 10, something that you miss. That Christmas morning feeling and Christmas Eve feeling from when you're a kid. That's just like such a fun, exciting thing. Number 11, favorite song. Again, I don't have one, but I do have a My Happy Songs playlist on Spotify, and a few that are on there that I listen to a lot are Average Joe by Kendrick Lamar, Good Life, Kanye West featuring T-Pain, Faded, Soul Decision. Fucking love that song. Piano, Ariana Grande. Rigor Mortis, Kendrick Lamar. That song is the first, that's like how I discovered Kendrick Lamar, was that song. Love Hate Thing, Wale. Ooh, Wale's another one. See, I can't. Sunday Morning, Maroon 5. I could jam out to that like all day. So there's a few. Number 12, how old are you? I am 32. Number 13, Zodiac. I am a Leo sun and Aries moon. I'm aggressive. 14 is quality you look for in a partner. All kinds of qualities. But I would say maturity, for sure. Confidence and like a security within themselves. Core values with like social issues is very, very important. You can disagree with me on silly things, and we can argue about kind of inconsequential things that don't determine your moral compass. But once it comes down to those types of things, I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's not likely that you're gonna have a lasting relationship with a person. Favorite quotes, number 15. My favorite quote is and has been since like middle school, Even the darkest hour has only 60 minutes. Basically, shit's not gonna last forever. Or there's a light at the end of the tunnel, like that whole type of thing. But yeah, I just, for some reason, that wording really resonated with me. I love it. I have a tattoo idea regarding that quote that I really want to get. Because yeah, even when you're going through some really shitty times, it doesn't always feel like it, but you have to know, and you have to remind yourself that you're not gonna feel this shitty forever. 16, favorite color? Pink. It's just such a fun color and like happy. It's such a happy color. Number 17, where do you go when you're sad? My couch, and I watch TV. If I am going through it and I'm just having a shitty time in my personal life, I just want to like disconnect. Reading, I can't usually if I'm like really going through it. I just can't focus. Watching TV though is I just tune out. Number 18, how long to shower? Like 5 to 15 minutes, depending on if I'm washing my hair, because I don't necessarily wash my hair every single time. 19, how long to get ready in the morning? And if I'm not showering in the morning, if I like showered the night before, then maybe 15 minutes to get ready. But obviously if I need to shower in the morning, then it's more like 30 to 40, just depending. Number 20, ever been in a physical fight? Like-ish. So obviously as a kid, like my younger brother and I, we would fight, but we didn't ever really like try to beat each other's ass or anything like that. And then I've never gotten in like a girl fight, but I have been in altercations with men, like grown men, that I wasn't dating and that I was dating. But that's a whole other thing. But yeah, a couple times like out in bars or in clubs, dudes would try to like be really aggressive with me and my friend. And one time, a man who tried grinding up on my friend started literally just like dry humping her. And she pushed away and was like, no, like keep it moving. And he did not like that. We were by ourselves, by the way, and she's my size. And he chest bumped her into the half wall behind her. And she immediately like went off. I was like probably like maybe 7 feet away. And I saw what was happening and I saw her like go off on him. And then him trying to like keep pushing her and trying to swing on her. And so I was like trying to get to him, like get that, and like trying to grab his arms and trying to hit him. And his friends were like pushing me away. He was like shoving me back and like all aggressively. Nobody was like there were people around, but like I said, we were alone. But there were people around and like nobody was really doing anything. And there were no bouncers coming. And finally one of his friends got him like the dude that started this shit, like got him behind him and was like, okay, everybody just calm down. And I was like livid. I'm like, get him the fuck out of here right now. I was like screaming. And this random dude that was just like observing, he's like, oh, what's going on? What happened? And I pointed at the dude. He's standing like right here behind his friend. And I was like, this motherfucker just tried to fight my girlfriend. And homeboy that started it goes and grabs a drink that's sitting like on a thing nearby. He goes, fuck you, bitch, and throws his drink directly in my eyes. Or throws the drink. And I was like, oh, fuck this. And then the bouncers, that's right when they came, is after he threw the drink at me. And they were dragging him out, and my friend saw him do that, so that just incensed her further. So she's chasing him out. She's like, you piece of shit. And I'm like, come on, like, we don't need to follow him outside. The manager came up and was like, are you girls okay? And we were like, not really. Like, where were your bouncers? And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, you're right. And he's like, I want to get you guys a drink. What are you drinking tonight? And we were like, we've been drinking water. We are sober. And my friend was like, 2 shots of Patron. And so he got his shots and then we kept dancing. Yeah, so good times. I was always curious to see like, and now I'm like 32 and like I don't go out to the clubs very much anymore. And even if I do, like I'm not one to like start fights with chicks. Like even if a chick was like, yeah, whatever, you stupid hoe, I'd be like, okay, cool. Like, I don't really care. But I always wondered like how I would do in like a girl fight, like fighting another woman. I don't know why. I just was always like, would I get my ass beat or would I hold my own? I don't know. Number 21, fears. Spiders, I fucking, ugh. And then also I have a phobia that I only recently discovered has a name, and mine is a little different, but submechanophobia. I'll put the name of it here. I might put I hate the images. Like if you Google it and do the image search, it's the fear of man-made objects underwater. So like a dock. Like if I'm in the water and there's a dock right next to me, I'm like creeped out. I'm like, I don't wanna. Or like a boat. If I'm in the water next to a boat, no. I went swimming with sharks, like in a floating cage connected to a boat. I was more creeped out by seeing the underside of the boat and like the cage than I was with the sharks swimming around. Oh my God. It's something that I will push through the fear for things like that, swimming with sharks or cliff diving in freaking Spain, which I've done, like, or cliff diving in Hawaii, stuff like that. I will be like, okay, just do it for a second, like once in a lifetime experiences, right? But if you ask me to just go like tubing down the river, no thanks, I'm out. And that's because, like I said, that is the fear of like man-made objects. I also do not like seeing like logs underwater. Oh God, it's so fucking creepy to me. Number 22, the last thing that made you cry. I think the Harry Potter Goblet of Fire audiobook. I feel like the book itself probably wouldn't have made me cry, but because I've seen the movies, like I was reliving the scene. And actually, the scene in the movie was more upsetting than in the book. When Cedric and Harry come back, and Cedric is dead, obviously. And it was, like I said, I was listening to the audiobook and it just was reminding me of the movie and the part in the movie where Cedric's dad is screaming and crying, and I got a little emotional. Yes, Lily, I know. 23, the last time you said you loved someone. Today. 24, last book that you read, The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. 25, current read, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. And then Amber Lowe, as well as the freaking Hostile Hospital by Lemony Snicket. 26, last show watched, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. 27, last person talked to. Texted was the boyfriend, and physically talked to was also the boyfriend. Oh no, actually, I lied. Elliot Brooks, we were voice messaging each other. 28, relationship to the last person you texted. So yeah, the last person I texted was the boyfriend. So he's my boyfriend. 29, place you want to visit. Many places, but my top ones are probably Bali, Greece, and Zambia, or is it Zambia? I don't know. Zambia or Zambia, which is a country on the continent of Africa. And it is, I think, also Zimbabwe. I think it's right on the line of the countries. So I think you can go to either country and visit from either side. But freaking Victoria Falls, I just think that is the coolest shit ever. It's a river that was over a fault line. The fault line, like, it severed, and so now it like separated. So now there's like a freaking giant waterfall, like, because it was right under the river, and so now it's this big waterfall because of this fault line, and I just think it's the coolest shit ever. 30, the last time you kissed someone this morning. 31, the last time you were insulted, like joking around insulted, like every day at work, but serious insulted, probably a couple months ago, like 3.5 months ago now to 4 months ago. 32, favorite piece of jewelry. I'm not a big jewelry person in general, but the one ring I do wear, this is my favorite piece of jewelry, I would say for sure, and this was for my parents for my Sweet 16. The diamond is from a previous piece of jewelry my mom had that she just kept, and she had it taken out of that setting and put into this new setting for me. And yeah, it's the only like nice piece of jewelry I really own. I've mentioned before that, I didn't grow up in wealth, working class parents and whatnot. And so we didn't have like just money rolling in all the dang time. And we didn't get like big, huge, expensive gifts all the time. Christmas was always great. And, birthdays, we'd always get stuff. But, I didn't have fancy things and I didn't care. But so that was like the first fancy gift I ever got also, and so it was a little more special. 33, scariest thing experienced. I don't know. Like, I've swam with sharks and I've like gone skydiving and stuff like that, but like I'm not really scared of that stuff. The thing that comes to mind from my childhood was, and my best friend will know immediately if she ever sees this video, the trampoline turkey incident. But I didn't think it was a turkey, so it was with my two best friends at the time, and what I'm still best friends with. And we were at my house, and we were like in 8th grade maybe, and we had a trampoline out in the backyard, and I lived out in the country, like out on a dirt road, way outside of town. The only neighbor you could see was the one directly across the street. We had neighbors up and down the street, but they're like far away. We lived on 20 acres, mostly woods. So it was nighttime, and we were sitting out on the trampoline just like talking and like, and all of a sudden, we'd been outside for a while, so our eyes had adjusted, and we see something like scurrying across the yard, and we were like, oh my God, we got scared immediately. And my friends, my two best friends, thought it was like an animal or something, like a turkey or a bobcat, because like there are bobcats and coyotes out in our woods. For some reason, I didn't think that at all. I thought it was a person, like a grown adult person coming to get us, right? So we jumped up and started screaming bloody murder. And we just see this dark like huddle coming at us. And I mean, we are screaming bloody murder. I've never screamed like that in my life. Like pure terror. I'm sitting there like, why is my dad not coming outside? Like, what is going on? We're about to be kidnapped and like murdered or something. And yeah, it was my freaking brother and my cousin. They got up closer and they're like, ah ha ha. And we were like, oh my God. We were so mad. I think that's the only time I've really like in the moment been like just panic and terror. Number 34, Disney princess you would want to be your bestie. I'm gonna say Megara from Hercules, because she just seems fucking hilarious and so fun and sassy. 35, a movie that always makes you cry. There are many. Stepmom, that shit'll get you every time. This might sound stupid, but Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, there's a scene in there where, I can't remember their characters' names now, but it's America Ferrera, her character, is on the phone with her dad, just like scream crying about how she feels like he doesn't want her, and like, oh, every time that shit gets me. I think that's all the questions. There's 35. I feel like when I wrote this down, I might have skipped some. I don't know, these are the ones that I answered. Yeah, maybe you learned something new about me today. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Do the little bell shit if you care to know when I post videos. Leave a comment. Let me know if anything was surprising to you. I feel like I've talked about quite a few of these things before, but I don't know. Let me know if anything surprised you. As always, thank you for your time, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.